Good afternoon and welcome to another review of the Rent-A-Girlfriend franchise. We're on season 2, by the way, and we're on episode 9. Now, we just covered volume 10. Well, basically, this episode basically covers all of volume 10, a little towards the end, going towards volume 11. Now, the Rent-A-Girlfriend franchise, it's like chess. You see, I play chess. I've been playing chess since I was 6 years old. When you play chess, it's not about taking pieces away from the opponent. It's not about like, okay, I'm gonna go for this piece, I'm gonna go for this piece. No. Chess has strategies in it. It's all about like, in a way, to mindset your opponent, like trying to outsmart him. Like you may have, like you gotta be like at least 2, 3, or even 6 steps ahead of the opponent when playing chess. And you have to know your pieces, because sometimes a small piece like a pawn can be a big factor. Or big pieces like the queen can move anywhere, but it's all about protecting the queen, because again, the queen's the most powerful piece. And when you take that queen piece away, you're kind of like fucked up. You're done. You're done. But we've seen a lot of people win pieces without a queen. I mean, we've seen a lot of people win games without a queen. But the whole thing about chess is trying to play every move bit by bit to get that check, 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 and then checkmate. And that's what Rent-A-Girlfriend franchise is all about. Rent-A-Girlfriend to me is like playing chess. You're playing all these maneuvers just to get to that checkmate. And like this episode, this is the joint birthday arc. This is one of the best arcs of the Rent-A-Girlfriend franchise. And to me, it's top 3. And when they get to that beach arc, the Hawaii arc, oh my God. Make no mistake about it. That is going to be the arc that is going to trend. That's the arc that everybody's going to be talking about. I mean, that arc itself was talked about ever since the moments that happened, but I ain't going to spoil you for that one. We're talking about this episode and this episode only, covering 10 and 11. And let's get right to it with the Rent-A-Girlfriend season 2 episode 9 review. Now this is the joint birthday arc. How we got to it? It's right here. So Kazuya was on his phone talking to his grandma. And you know what's funny? The grandma, I don't forget the grandma. It's just that she's funny. She's athletic. And I'm gonna get to that. I mean, she is so athletic to a point you're like, damn, for a grandma, she can move. So anyway, so they mentioned about his birthday, because his birthday's coming up. And you know, they want to celebrate his birthday. But then, you know, because again, they have to pretend this relationship. Pretend this birthday. Pretend that it's Chizu's birthday. Pretend that, you know, that they're going on a date. You have to pretend. Now it's Kazuya's birthday, you know, and, you know, his grandma was like, oh, where's Chizu's birthday at? What is it? And then once he mentioned Chizu's birthday, she went ballistic. An atomic, like a nuclear bomb. Like, nice symbolism, by the way. So now rocket, beep, target choir, bam, blew the entire city. That just confirms that Kazuya's grandma will blow up the entire planet with that comment. It blows up so hard that even his eardrums it destroyed his eardrum. She's like, you didn't tell me about his birthday. You didn't tell me about Chizu's birthday. Why didn't you tell me all that shit? So now it's like, okay, it's a joint birthday arc. It's the joint birthday. We're gonna have Chizu's birthday. I don't care if it's like 3 months past. We're gonna have a freaking birthday. And that explains why the banner was covered up when it says Chizu happy birthday, and they raised Kazuya. The grandma smile. I love the grandma. She just literally had a banner that says that had Kazuya's name, put a line on it, ignore that, and just put Chizu happy birthday. She admired Chizu. Now she told Chizu about it, but she's like, I don't know if I can make it because, you know, I'm with my grandma and I gotta check up on her. So I don't know if I'm going or not. I don't know. And I understand. I understand Chizu was looking out for her grandma because that's the only person she has in her life. Rest assure you, once it gets to that episode, it's going to touch people's hearts. It's going to touch my heart. It really is going to touch my heart. No bullshit. Okay. Now back to what I was saying. And then Ruka called. And, Ruka, the thing about Ruka is that Ruka has this mentality. She has this glare, she has this fire will to prove to Kazuya, like, I'm your girlfriend. Now, she didn't want it now, but when Kazuya kind of spilled the beans, it's like, God, that's how Ruka got fired up and like, you know what? I'm going with you. I'm going to go with you. So, and all Ruka's plan was to, again, remember I told you about chess? It's like that. She has all these maneuvers. Her plan was to go with Kazuya, go to her grandma's house, his grandma's house that they own. They own like the second floor, but they own the first is rentals, but all that. And, have a good day, enjoy Kazuya's birthday slash Chizu. And it was a good one. It was really good. I mean, Ruka had every manipulative plan in motion. Trying to be all nice trying to be nice to Kazuya's parents and trying to be nice to Kazuya's grandma. And that's the main goal. And that was the main goal for Ruka. Trying to get her attention and trying to show like his grandma that I'm his girlfriend, not Chizu. Trying to charm her way into the top. That was the whole thing. It was all about charming her way to the top. And that was that. Now, Chizu, I understand that she couldn't make it. I mean, she was on the phone talking, saying happy birthday, all that. And she was being nice to Kazuya. I mean, it was being nice. Being nice. Now, Ruka's a savage. She's a savage. She just literally just grabbed, while Kazuya was on the phone, she grabbed the phone and say, listen here, you better not show up, okay? You have no right to come here. If you have no right, you get your ass, stay in the hospital. I don't give a shit. That's how Ruka is dominant on the field. Ruka is dominant. She's like, I don't care what you do. You're not coming here. You're not coming here. Ruka got that. Ruka got that power. You know what I mean? By that power, I mean like she got guts. So freaking knocks. Like, this is why I like Ruka. Her guts is what keeps her going. Because if you think about it, she yelled at mommy straight up when in the karaoke. And now she's on the phone telling Chizu, don't you dare come in here. I'm like, damn, this Ruka is... okay, you can't hate Ruka. You will never find anyone who put Ruka dead last in their rented girlfriends. Like, you ain't gonna find no one said, okay, fourth is Ruka. You ain't gonna find that. You're never gonna find that. Now, back to what I was saying. Now, Chizu, I understand she doesn't want to go because of her grandma. And I get that. No one's not taking that away. But you gotta love Chizu. You gotta love Chizu's grandma with that confidence. She wakes up, she's like, no, you go. It's fine, just go. You get one shot at this, just go. You gotta love the positive. You gotta love the positive effect that what Chizu's grandma been doing it for Chizu over the years. And let me get a flashback of that. I kid you not, take that episode seriously because you need to learn from that. I'm telling you, you're gonna love it. You gotta take that episode seriously when that airs. Anyway, so Ruka, being that she has this dominant factor, being that she got the rope. She's like, I got this. If I keep persuading this, I'm good. I can tell him I'm an actual girlfriend. We can do this. Kazuya's all flipping out like, no. He tried to keep it cool. But Kazuya's always afraid. He's afraid, might spill the beans. So as soon as Ruka was about to confess, Chizu came in, and then all brightness came in. And you gotta love Chizu's grandma. You gotta love Kazuya's grandma. She jumped out of joy. She was like, ah! She leaped to hug it. I'm like, wow. Now, after and then remember I told you about the brightness that Chizu has, the whole brightness, like, oh, moment. She's like, have a seat. They're like, have a seat. Chizu's like, oh, can I just see the altar? And in that moment, That was a funny moment. In that moment when Chizu was like, "This, I want to see the altar of your husband," it was a bright light of joy, like, oh, it's like a big bomb of brightness just came out of the room. I mean, the big brightness just came into the room and it hit everybody. And Ruka got hit by lightning. She's like, oh shit, why I didn't do that? See, because Ruka's plan was, she had every plan in the book. But when Chizu come in and just, like, even before sitting down, just saying, hey, I just want to visit your altar. That's all. Being nice, respect for your family, respect for your husband. That was the moment that Ruka lost. Like, I'm losing pieces. I'm losing pieces. How? I had every part of the book, and now I'm just like, no, I fucked up. See, and she was playing it really well. All the things that she did, Ruka didn't do. Again, visit the altar. One, sitting down calmly, being nice. Hell, even drinking a glass of sake and just wiping off the lipstick. Ruka never did that. So there were things that Chizu did that was so mature-like that Ruka didn't do, and that upset her. And then the grandma was like, "Oh, when you gonna? Oh, you guys are neighbors? Okay, are you guys gonna get married, hook up? I mean, it was funny moments. Kazuya's grandma had some funny moments. But the big moment was Ruka. Now, again, Ruka doesn't want to lose. Ruka thinks she's third place among all the girls. I mean, you got Chizu first. You got Mami, the ex, and now you got Ruka. That's how she did. She always thinks she's third place. But in that moment, as soon as she pulled Kazuya from the side, as soon as Kazuya went to check on Ruka, grabbed her from the tie and kissed Kazuya. Now, here's the thing. When Ruka kissed Kazuya on the cheek, when they were spending the night at that time when he kissed her on the cheek, that was more like, okay, I kissed you on the cheek. Chizu ain't gonna do that. She ain't gonna do that. I'm one step ahead of you. But then when Ruka kissed Kazuya, I know people are not gonna count the cheek thing, but when Ruka kissed Kazuya, that wasn't like a pretend kiss. That was a serious I love you kiss. That was one of those kisses where he's like, I want this relationship go beyond it. I want it to happen. I want us to be a natural couple. So stop with the BS. I'm gonna kiss you straight up because that's how much I feel about you. Now, if we look at all the kisses that happened, Mami kissed Kazuya behind the rocks in season 1. If you remember the beach scene, that was right behind the rocks. The other kiss, I know people are not gonna count this as a kiss. Some people do, some people don't, but I'm gonna add it in the mix because this is like back and forth. The other kiss was when, remember, they jump off the boat, or maybe Chizu was giving Kazuya CPR, and that was when, like, that's the kiss. Some people say it will, and some people won't agree with it. I mean, they're both yes or no. Does that count? Okay, but it's CPR. To me, it wouldn't. I don't think it wouldn't count because again, it's CPR. It wouldn't count, but some people will. And now Ruka kissed Mami. I mean, sorry. Why did I say that? Anyway, Ruka, I'm thinking back to I'm going by timeline wise. But anyway, Ruka kissed Kazuya. Not once, but twice. The cheek, we're not counting. We're talking about the lips. So the lips count. So when Ruka kissed Kazuya that was like, it's like she lost. But I want to go out with a bang. Like Chizu won the battle, but I haven't lost this war. And to prove that I haven't lost, I'm gonna kiss you. And just like that, grabbed her by the neck, grabbed her by that tie he got, and just leaned and kissed it forcefully. Which, by the way, was Ruka's last testimony of like, she's the one. I got nothing left. I'm just gonna kiss you. And that's what it was. So props for Ruka trying to be more that, but Chizu came in to stop. But you can't blame her. Well, this was one of the most anticipated episodes. And it's by far one of the most, like, it was, to me, it's like it's one of the most outspoken, more outspoken episode of season 2. Now, next week is going to be the ring and girlfriend. Yo, the ring and girlfriend is going to be so freaking great. Especially with the ring. Especially with the ring. I kid you not. I mean, I read that chapter and I got to get ready for that moment. You're going to see a lot of hints and something coming around along the way. But rest assured you might like it. Well, like I said, this episode is really good. I mean, give props for Ruka for trying, props for Ruka. You got to give Ruka props for this episode. You got to give her props, especially that kiss. And in Chizuku, you got to give her props as well. But you got to give Chizuku's grandma credit for giving her the confidence to go to Kazuya's grandma's house to lighten the mood up. Give her that as well. So, I look forward for next week's episode of Rent a Girlfriend Season 2 and the continuation of that kiss. Because there's more than that. It's more than just one kiss. There's more than just one kiss. More. So I look forward to it for next week's episode of it, and I'm sure you will.